guys, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sad to see it go, but I'm finally ready to take down Christmas. It's January 6th. I like to wait until after the New Year's. Growing up, that's what we always did. And then Whitney's birthday is January 3rd and our anniversary is January 4th. So I like to wait until after that. So now it's time to take everything down. And so we're going to be putting away all of the Christmas today. I'm going to give you all of my best tips for storing all of your Christmas things, and this could apply to any seasonal decor that you might have. I'm also going to be sharing some of the things that I'm doing right now to go ahead and prepare for next Christmas. So when that rolls around and it's time to decorate, it'll be even easier than it was this year. So I hope these tips will help you out as well and just give you a few ideas of some things you can do now for some pre-planning. So if you're interested in seeing all of that, just stay tuned. So I think I'm going to start with my place settings in here and then also in the dining room, because those are things that are going in cabinets and I just need to put them back up. I won't be putting those things in bins. So I think I'm going to start with that. And then I also have a few things. I'm just going to turn the camera around here. So my reindeer here, the one that is on the island, I have a few larger items like that also I just keep in a closet because they don't really fit in the bins. So I'll put those things away. And then once I'm done with all that, I'll start tackling all of the things that need to go in the bins. And I'll show you how I organize all of my bins. Since this is my first video of the new year, I just wanted to say Happy New Year, and I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season and that your new year is off to a great start. I took a little bit of a break and I feel great and refreshed, and I'm so excited to start bringing you some more content for the new year. I know this video is a little bit late for a Christmas takedown, but I'm hoping that it'll still give you some motivation if you have other things that you need to clean or organize, and that you'll be able to take some ideas from it. And perhaps if you are planning throughout the year sometime to go back and reorganize some of your Christmas things, then you'll get some ideas for that. And like I said, I'm gonna have a couple of ideas throughout the video that are pre-planning and some things that I'm doing to make it easier next year when it's time to decorate. So I've gotten all of the place settings together and I'm just gathering everything here in the kitchen, and then I'm gonna put them up where they go. Some of the things will be saved for in case I wanna use them again next Christmas. I'll take all the ribbons off, and then everything else is just gonna go away in the cabinets where they go. And once I'm done with this, then I'll get to getting everything together and putting it in the bins. But while I was at it, I did go ahead and pull the few things that were on the buffet in the dining room also, because they're the same thing where they get put away and not so much in my bins. One of my first tips for storing your Christmas items is to take batteries out of anything that required batteries It might take a little bit of time to do this, but it helps prevent it from being a fire hazard, and it also will help keep whatever the item is from the batteries corroding and then ruining the item to where the batteries won't work in the future. So make sure to take out batteries, and I just like to put mine in a Ziploc bag as I'm gathering them up, and that way I keep all of my AA batteries together and all of my AAA batteries together. I like to store my glass present boxes in these bins from Target. They're almost the right size. They're a little bit too big, but it's perfect. I just lined it with some plastic bags from the grocery store, and then it left a little bit of room at the top for the bow. And I found for the last couple of years when I've stored them like this, they don't get broken. Even with the move, they were fine packed like this. And they kept the bows nice and neat, so they're just ready to go for next year. All I have to do is fluff them up.
All night long, the dance goes on. I am here and I move with my body, move with my body. All night long.
I'm so disappointed. My candle broke when I was taking the batteries out of it. I don't think I have it on film where it did that, but I'm just so disappointed. So I have another one over here. So it was the one from this hurricane right here. And then I have this one, and I have another one that's smaller, but now I don't have a set of two of the same size. I have used these every year since I got these a few years ago at the thrift store. So I'm really disappointed, but that's how it goes. Let me know, have you broken any of your Christmas things this year? And if so, what was it? I just pieced it back together to see if I would maybe be able to glue it back together. And I think I could, except for this one piece is missing. So I'm not sure if it maybe flew under the couch or something. So I'm gonna look for it. If I can't find that little piece, I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm crossing my fingers that I can find that piece, that it didn't just disintegrate, because some of it did. And I think I might be able to save it. I don't know, we'll see.
Sometimes I make this life thing harder than it needs to be. Not dead yet, true shit. So why do I worry about what I can't see? I've been stressing about money for my rent, but the money that I spent last night with my friends was worth it. Sometimes I make this life thing harder than it needs to be. So many lights, lights, lights with us tonight, night, night. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes, eyes, eyes. It's gonna be alright, right, right. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot. That's all we got. One moment, one shot. I don't
I used my island as the gathering place for everything. I would keep bringing stuff to the island and then sorting it, putting it where it needs to go, and then I would bring more stuff to the island. And I like to do it that way so that I could sort things on the island and keep like things together. And I like to sort by like items and then also by colors. You'll see that more later in the video. And so when I'm storing, that's how I will store things. And for these Christmas trees, it took forever to get some of the batteries out, and they were a little bit stuck in the Christmas trees. So I had to get a butter knife to help loosen some of them up. But it is so worth taking the time to take the batteries out, because I have to say I have left them in before for the year and they corroded and ruined my item to where I can't use batteries in it anymore. So make sure you do that, and it would be worth it if you have access to your stuff and you've already packed it away with the batteries to go ahead and get them out and take them out. Don't ruin your items the same way that I did. One of the things that I'm doing to make it easier for next year and my pre-planning is, while I was at it, I decided to go ahead and make a list of all the different items that required batteries and what type of batteries they needed and the amount. So that's what I'm doing on my phone, is just writing those out. So for example, I did my white Christmas trees, and I said I had 5 white Christmas trees and they needed AA batteries, and I think they needed 3. So I did that for the white Christmas trees, the green, and every item that required batteries as I was taking it out. So that way next year when I get ready to plan ahead for Christmas, then I can make sure that I go to the store and buy enough batteries so that I have on hand batteries for all the items that I know I'm gonna wanna use and require batteries. While I'm sorting through all of my things and organizing to make it easier for next year, I'm also making other lists. So one of the things I'm doing is writing down areas that I would like to decorate next year, and then some things that I have that are year-round decor, like my trays and lanterns, planters, things like that. I'm making a list of anything like that that I think I might want for next year, so that throughout the year I can look and possibly get things on sale and not wait until the last minute to buy those things also. This year I did not plan ahead very well for my Christmas trees because I was the last minute kind of deciding what I was gonna do. And I know for next year I wanna plan earlier because I'm probably gonna have even more Christmas trees than I had this year. So I wanna make sure that I pick the color scheme and the ribbons for all the different trees. And I also know that I wanna use some more picks on my trees for next year. So I'm making a list of those types of things, and I'm also going on Pinterest now and looking to see ideas of what I might want for the theme for those Christmas trees, so that I can go ahead and start looking for those things. But at least I know what I'll need so I can buy those things earlier next year, because this year, especially with COVID and everything going on, the stores sold out so fast. And then we even went into lockdown at the end of November and are still in lockdown right now. So I don't know what next year holds. So I'm making a list of all those things. So I'm making a Pinterest board of ideas. I know I want to get some doormats for next year because I don't have any, some exterior decor. So all of those types of things, I'm making a list of those. I'm also thinking now of the items that I buy, what different types of storage or extra storage I might need for next year, so I can make a list of bins that I would also need. And then I'm even doing things like thinking about my fairy lights and how many of those I might need. And I'm also recording how many batteries for the fairy lights that I have. Another list that I'm making is some YouTube videos that I found this year where people gave tutorials about their Christmas decor. I saw a couple that were really good for ribbon tutorials, and just some decorating videos that I really liked that are inspiration for me that I'll be able to use for next year. So I'm also making a list of those types of videos now, so I will have them all ready to go with the links in a list on my phone, so they're ready to reference next year when I want to watch them to get ideas and tutorials or any inspiration that I need for my decorating. So I hope that gives you a little bit of ideas of some things you might do now for some pre-planning for next year. Those are the things that I'm doing, and I think it's going to be really helpful to just make sure that I have everything I need in time. And I'm probably going to start decorating a little bit earlier for Christmas next year, because I find that the more that I decorate, I need to start decorating earlier. I don't like to do it before Thanksgiving, but I think next year I'm actually going to break down and do some decorating before Thanksgiving, because it just took so long to decorate this year. And the more that I do and add rooms that I want to decorate and things like that, it just is taking more time. So I'm thinking that all of this pre-planning is going to really help, and I'm excited about all of these lists that I'm making, and it's already getting me ready and inspired to start decorating for next year.
I'm holding my breath as I walk to your front door. Who would have thought it could feel like this? Heart in my hands.
A little hack that I like to use for organizing my LED fairy lights is just use a toilet paper roll, and I cut a little slip on one of the ends to slip the wire through to help hold it in place, and then I wrap the wire around the toilet paper roll, and this helps keep it from getting tangled. And then I just put them in a Ziploc bag, and I can usually fit a few in one Ziploc bag, and it keeps them all nice and tidy that way.
When you're all that I want, can't you see that I'm sorry, love? Let me in, 'cause I know that you're hurting. Please, this is it. Can we give it just one more try? Say, believe in me. Looks like we're waiting here for a long time.
I've ended up adding a lot of Christmas trees to my collection this year, and so I decided that I would go ahead and make a bin of just Christmas trees and not worry about sorting them by color, but keep all of my Christmas trees together so I can just label this bin. And all I'm gonna do, I didn't film it, but I'm just gonna take a regular sheet of paper and I'm just gonna write on there that it's my Christmas trees, and I'll tape it to the outside of the bin so that I know what's in there. And then that way next year I'll be able to get that bin out and know that that's where all of my Christmas trees are. Well, most of them anyway, because I couldn't fit all of them in there. And for the ones that are a little bit more delicate, I just use some plastic bags from the grocery store to help separate them, and that'll be enough to keep them secure. And for my acrylic ones, I just went ahead and wrapped them up in the plastic bags, and that's something I like to do, and it's always kept my items nice and nothing ever gets broken.
Give me a chance, you will see that I'm trying. Want you to know that I see you the same. Try not to think let's do like we used to. I am changed, wanna show you too. When you're all that I want, can't you see that I'm sorry, love? Let me in, 'cause I know that you're hurting. Please, this is it. Can't you see that I want more try? Say, believe in me. Looks like we're waiting here for a long time. Looks like we're waiting here for a long time. Looks like I've got to prove you wrong, 'cause it's a long.
It ended up getting late yesterday, so this is the next day, and I've pulled out some of my bins. I'm not sure how much, again, I'm gonna get done today, because for one thing, my body hasn't been cooperating with me, but we'll see how far I get. My goal was that I was at least gonna work for an hour and see, but what I wanna do today is go through my bins and just separate everything out. I wanna, things, get all jumbled up while I was decorating, so I wanna sort through everything and get everything back packed together. I like to do similar items together, and then I like to also do colors. So you'll see as I'm doing things, but I'm just gonna go through everything and kind of group everything together, and then I'm gonna see about picking up all of the things that are left out on tables and things like that, the countertops and all. And then I'll probably save the Christmas trees for tomorrow. And then I know this weekend we're gonna end up putting the trees away. I'm gonna need Whitney to help me with that because they're too tall for me to get them down. So let's see how much we can get done today. And I'm probably gonna go ahead and end this video after today, no matter where I end up, just so I can go ahead and get it out to you and have this video, because I know it's getting late and some of you are already done with this, but I wanted to hopefully give you some ideas if you're still organizing some of your Christmas things. So like I said, I pulled out some of my bins. The rest of them are down that hallway over there. I'll show you in a minute, but I pulled out some of these here and then some over here. I'm gonna go through everything and just kind of sort through, see what I have. But I do like to store things in baggies. So things like this, like these ornaments, I will keep in baggies. So when I pick up, I will go around with this baggie and pick up anything that fits in here. And I do the same thing with all of my little picks and ornaments as well. If they're small enough, they will go in baggies too, because that way I know they're all together when I get ready to decorate for next year.
Maybe I'm crazy, trying to fight it. Always been patient, now I can't wait no more. Been holding it back so long. Telephone calling, what can I say? It's all an illusion, and I'm better off this way. I'm running from yesterday. How could I wait while you're walking away? I feel so much better alone. Still I'm used to coming back. You be the last in line. Be letting you waste my time. Every second I lose my mind. Now I'm ready to
It ended up taking a long time to do all of my undecorating for Christmas, but I think it was so worth it because I went through and sorted things, reorganized, and it's gonna make it so much easier for next year. One of my goals this year is to finally get my house completely organized, and I am bound and determined that it is gonna happen this year. And for me, it's starting with the Christmas takedown and putting it away. The more I can get this organized for next year, then the better off I'm gonna be. I feel like having my Christmas stuff organized is the first step in getting my entire house organized this year. And if you followed any of my Calm the Clutter videos from last year, I will be continuing that series into this year. In fact, that's gonna be one of my next videos coming up, is Calm the Clutter. I'm gonna be sharing with you different spaces around my house that we spend just 10 or 15 minutes decluttering and organizing. And I hope that you'll follow along with me and do the same in your home, whatever your spaces are that you need to tackle. So if you're interested in seeing that and all of my other videos this year, make sure that you are subscribed and turn on your bell notifications. I'm so excited about all of the content that I have coming for you this year. We're gonna be doing lots of organizing. We're gonna be doing a lot of decorating. You know I'm gonna be doing some flower arranging and just all of the things. And I'm thinking this year, I'm also gonna be doing maybe some more routine videos with you, because already this year I've been working really hard to get into some routines. So I was thinking maybe a morning routine and maybe some night routines. So let me know in the comments below, what type of videos or what type of content are you most excited about, and what do you most want to see? That will help me so much to help plan the best things for you.
something amazing. I don't understand it at all. I guess it should be that way. Telephone calling, you tell me you're gone. You got all the reasons we don't expect.
to pick everything up, I just wanted to show you. So this is my garland. I did have my garlands stored with one garland per bin, and then I would put the greenery that I always put in my garland in a garbage bag on top with the amount that went with each garland. But since that's not really working for this house, I don't use all of my garlands. I decided to put 2 garlands in this bin, and then I like to take my little items that could be breakable or kind of precious and stuff them into the greenery, and that allows me to fit more in the bin. So that's one of my tips for that. The only thing with it is sometimes you have to take it all out to know what's in the bin. So that's the one drawback, but overall I like doing that. I like storing my present box in bins like this because it keeps the bow nice. And these particular bins I love because the lid actually is a little bit higher, so it gives more space. And then I will fill in around here probably with a lot of my Ziploc bags of different things that I have, or just extra decor that won't mess up my present box. So that's how I keep that nice and secure. And then for my other present box with a bow like that, I keep in a smaller box by itself, but the same, I'll stuff a few things around it. And then here, this is another garland down below. I didn't use these this year, but I love these. And so this keeps them safe. And then I thought, well, I'll just keep all of my larger ornaments in here. And I think I should have room for, if not all of them, most of my larger ornaments. And that way all of those will be together.
Oh damn, I've been feeling something for you lately, and I am trying so hard to just stay cool. Oh man, I think I might be going crazy, 'cause all I really, really want is to be with you. And I'm saying we're just friends, but thinking you're my man. And baby, if you knew, hey, I say I'm doing alright, I'm doing just fine, but I'm scattered, and I cry when you're not around, because it matters, dreaming of your kisses in the nighttime, knowing what I'm missing, but I'm still like, hey, I say I'm doing alright, I'm fine, but I'm scattered, we're just friends. Oh no, I don't wanna be the one with answers, because I sure don't wanna know which girl you choose. And no, the thought of her being a private dancer, it's just a little too much for me to chew. But I'm like, I say that I'm alright, but cry on the inside. I wish you were my man. Hey, I say I'm doing alright, I'm doing just fine, but I'm scattered, and I cry when you're not around, because it matters, dreaming of your kisses in the nighttime, knowing what I'm missing, but I'm still like, hey, I say I'm doing alright, I'm fine, but I'm scattered, we're just friends. Oh, yeah, I'm scattered, we're just friends. Just friends. So I stay awake, I don't wanna be dreaming.
There was so much glitter on all of my table runners throughout the house, so I ended up vacuuming this table runners on the table because of all of the debris left from the picks that I used. And then I still went and took these out and shook them out outside, and I did the same thing with all of my other table runners that you already saw me pick up. I took all of them out and shook them out really good outside before I folded them up. I like to store all of my table runners together, and most of my table decor I have put away in the house. And one of the reasons for that is throughout the year, if I'm planning for Christmas or thinking about a tablescape or wanting to think about my color scheme that I'm going to use for Christmas or anything, then I have that stuff to pull and kind of play around with. And then sometimes I end up using the things, not so much like Christmas plates, but some of the other items like maybe a table runner. Even though it's pretty much Christmas, maybe there is another time that I would be able to use it. So I do find it better to keep those types of items inside versus putting those stored out in the garage where they're more difficult to get to.
Can it be you and I? Hey, I say I'm doing alright, I'm fine. Hey, I say I'm doing alright, I'm doing just fine.
I took all of these things out of this bin just to make sure that's how I wanted to store it. And I do. This is all of my white and like some clear decor. So I keep all of that together. So I'll put all of that back in there. And a lot of this is also some of my delicates. And then this I will put in a Ziploc bag because it'll just be smaller and easier to store. And then I'll put that with the same colored items. Actually, these are napkin rings. And I'm thinking I'm gonna store all of my napkin rings together this year. So, yeah, so that's what I'm thinking for that.
And I cry when you're not around because it matters. Dreaming of your kisses in the nighttime, knowing what I'm missing. But I still
I ended up doing a lot more on day 2 than I thought I was going to. That's kind of one of the things I've been thinking about for this year is even when I don't want to do something, just getting started and getting going, because usually once you get going, then the momentum builds and you're already into it and you just as soon do more. So I actually got so much more accomplished than I originally thought I would. And I still feel like I had a lot left to do, but I felt so much better that I went ahead and got all of this done. And I felt like it was gonna make for a better video for you. And then also to know that I had it off of my plate and the parts that I had left to do were not gonna take me as long now that I had this done. So I just felt so accomplished. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to do this year is work really hard on my morning routine so that I'm getting a lot of things done in the morning and I'm feeling so accomplished. So like I said before, if you want to see a morning routine video, let me know in the comments because it's one of the things that I've been working so hard on so far this year, and why I've actually been later in getting to like my Christmas undecorating. It was more in the afternoon that I'm getting to this because I'm working really hard on these other routines that I'm trying to establish for the morning time. I'd also love to know in the comments, what is one thing in particular that you are working hard on for this year? And let me know how it's going. I would love to talk to you about that. And if you're interested in even seeing a goals video or something in that line, I haven't ever done one of those before, but I would be happy to do one. I just wasn't ever sure if that's something y'all would like to see or not.
You say that I'm too worried, treading just a bit too safe. But if I lost you, I would never be the same.
I have a few more things around the house to pick up. Just a little bit left in the kitchen and then a few other spots that goes with all of this stuff. I put all of my bows in this bag, my white and my red. I thought about separating them, but I just put them all in here. I think that's just a good way to store them, and that way they'll all be together for next year and I can put a label on it. And then I'll keep all of my greenery together. I have a bin in the back with some more greenery. And then these are some things that I need to either donate this or go ahead and spray paint it. So possibly I could use it. My thought was it would be pretty spray painted white and I could put greenery in it. So I might keep out some things like that that are projects and go ahead and do them over the summer. Anything like this, I'm gonna keep all of my, you know, napkin rings, all of my dishes and things like that grouped together. So I have, if you can see back there, those are my chargers. I'm not putting those inside. I'm gonna pack them up, but I'm gonna pack all of those types of things together. So again, I just think it's gonna make it so much easier if I have everything together or like items together rather than mixed up everywhere. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna finish up. Oh, but I did wanna show you, this is how I stored this one. This is just a smaller clear box. And like I said, I'll put stuff around it. Like I usually put some Ziploc bags around it like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a few more things. I'm gonna clear everything out in here and I'll come back and show you at the end what it looks like. I did wanna come back here and show you some of this is just junk, but I do have some bins right here with like my stockings. I'll keep all of my stockings together. Again, this is like all my napkins and placemats because I'm going to keep all of those together. But I wanted to show you this box. This is where I keep my remote controls and my little batteries. This you plug into the wall and then you can plug your tree into this and it has a remote control. Like this says channel 3 on it. So the remote control, I just press the button and it'll turn that one on and off. And there's like a channel 1, 2, 3 for that remote control. And then I have some extension cords and things like that. So I keep all of those things together in this box so I know where they are too. And so you'll see I have some more things back here. So like I said, everything is a mess, but I'm working really hard and just trying to take my time to get everything organized really well. And I'll show you this one last thing so you can see how I organize this. In this bin, I have gold ornaments on this side. And then I just put some of my plastic bags with other ornaments and stuff on top. And then on this side, I have all silver things, and underneath that are my silver ornaments, so you can kind of see down here. So I keep that divided, and this is just a little cardboard piece that I cut up from the Dollar Tree and stuck in there to work as a divider.
Love is the same. Maybe we'll call us forever, wishing that this never ends. It's like a dream. It's like a dream when we both get together and feel. Yeah, my mind is screaming now whenever we dream. Here is the thing I knew right from the start. Yeah, you are the best part of my red heart. You are the best part. Never been this sure of something in my life. I'll never cool down, always being in your high. They say that every song has an ending, every love is the
If you enjoyed this video and you found it either motivating or you got some good tips from it, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out so much. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe and join our community, and then turn on your bell notifications so you'll be notified when all of my new videos come out. And also remember to let me know in the comments what types of videos you're wanting to see this year, because I really want to tailor my content to what y'all are most interested in seeing. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
wishing that this never ends. It's like a dream.